Yeah, maybe not the most. I don't know. What's the term? Um, not the best eating footage to watch while you're eating, but it's the way it kind of plays out. And did try to keep to the lower animals. We tried to keep away from the primates, the higher level animals. I'm Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show, where we watch old 16 millimeter films, and that was one that came from the Orgone Archive, which ultimately came from the Mogul Brothers Film Library, which so you could rent that film for, I think, $2.50 a week or something like that back in the day, and show it to your class, to your friends, whoever. I think you could also buy the film too if you wanted. It's hot here in Raleigh. It's going to be unseasonably warm, maybe getting up to 85. It's already 80, and I got a fan on because this room does not have very good ventilation. And we're trying not to turn on the AC yet. I mean, it's still winter, right? So, anyways, this is Children in Summer. Enjoy.
Tomorrow will be the last day of school. Jerry is coloring some pictures that show what he plans to do during his summer vacation. Let's see what his plans are. For one thing, he and his sister Jane are going to take good care of the garden they planted last spring. Of course, he and his father are going fishing this summer, as they usually do. And this very weekend, they're going to visit Grandfather's farm. They haven't seen the farm since spring, and here's a chance to see how the animals that were born in the spring have grown, especially the colt. Look how fast the little colt can run. Grandfather sells horses to riding stables. He used to sell horses to farmers, but nowadays most heavy work on the farm is done by tractors. Jane and Jerry love horses. They have 101 questions to ask Grandfather about them. In the next pasture, the ponies are grazing. Jane hopes to ride the baby pony someday. She'll try to make friends with the pony by giving him a treat. Oats are Pony's favorite food. The other ponies want some oats too. Nearby, Jerry has found 2 young goats. He's feeding them grain. Jerry and Jane crowd a lot into their weekend visit. Grandfather takes them to see the sheep and lambs. These lambs were also born this spring. How much they've grown since then. Jane would like to feed the little black lamb, but it always runs away. But Grandfather catches it for her. The lamb's wool feels so fine and soft and curly. Wool's used for making clothes. Clothes made of sheep's wool help keep us warm. Jane's sweater is made of wool. Next, Grandfather takes them down the road to the strawberry patch. There they can pick juicy, ripe strawberries. Strawberries grow close to the ground. All summer long, different kinds of fruits grow and ripen. It takes many strawberries to fill a bucket, but it's worth it when you know that grandmother will bake them into a juicy strawberry pie. The children like it piping hot right out of the oven. This sure does taste good. Jane is quick to agree. There's nothing quite like grandmother's fresh strawberry pie. And a glass of fresh cold milk from grandfather's cows. On this hot, midsummer day, Jerry is going fishing with his father and his dog Sparky. They decide to try their luck in the quieter water above the dam today. A fishing trip is fun for Sparky. He can be turned loose to roam along the banks while Jerry and his father fish. Mr. Frank scoops up a minnow from the minnow bucket and puts it on the hook. Minnows make good bait for fishing. Once the lines are dropped into the water, there's nothing to do but wait for the fish to take the bait. In the shallow water near the bank, a frog is croaking. This spring, it was a tadpole. In the shallow water, a small bluegill is resting in the brilliant sun. Look, Jerry's bobber is moving. Should he pull in his line? His father tells him to keep the line taut so as not to lose the fish. Sure enough, Jerry has caught a fish, a bullhead. Not a big one, not big enough to keep. So Jerry tries again. There are many insects about in summertime. The grasshoppers are fully grown by midsummer. And so are mosquitoes. The mosquitoes are pretty bad near the water's edge. The afternoon sun is hot. Sparky feels warm in his fur coat, even though it is thinner now than in winter. He cools off by panting. Mr. Frank and Jerry are warm too, but they can fit their clothes to the weather. Mr. Frank can cool off by taking off his shirt. In the quiet waters above the dam, a young duck is cooling herself. But listen, it sounds like a thunderstorm is coming up. Summer storms can be violent, but they often bring relief from the heat. Warm summer rains help make farm crops grow. Mr. Frank and Jerry had better hurry home to get under cover. The rains help Jerry's and Jane's garden to grow, too. Besides rain, the garden needs the warmth and light of the summer sun. The warmth and the sunlight during the long summer days make everything in the garden grow. For in summer, the earth grows most everything we eat. By now, the many vegetables in the backyard garden are ready for picking. In summer, the flower garden is in full bloom, too. On the flowers, the honeybees are busy gathering nectar. They use this nectar to make honey. From the flowers, the bees carry the nectar to the beehive. The cherry tree in the backyard is covered with ripe cherries, ready for canning. The red raspberries are also ripe for picking. The birds are getting fat on the ripe fruit. And the squirrels are beginning to fatten up. The chipmunks are collecting berries to eat. Summer is a beautiful season, too. Colorful butterflies flit from flower to flower. Jane is gathering a bouquet of late summer flowers for the dinner table. Billy takes his fresh vegetable salad to the terrace in the garden. In summertime, the Franks often eat dinner out of doors, because in summer the sun sets quite late. As the summer progresses, the days are getting shorter. Every day the sun sets a little earlier, leaving less and less daylight for the children to play outdoors after dinner. Sparky, too, shares the outdoor dinner. The whole family enjoys the dinner in the setting sun and listens to a free concert by the summer insects and the bullfrogs. Jerry's thinking, what a wonderful summer vacation he and Jane have had. But soon it will be over, and it will be time for them to go back to school. Then Jerry will color some new pictures. Pictures that will tell all about the happy times they had in the out of doors in summer.
This is whoop. So this is part of a series, obviously, and I feel like, have we seen the other ones? Which other ones have we watched thus far? Children in series. Children in spring, children in winter, children in autumn. Yeah, we've seen them all. We don't have any more seasons or children ins to show you. But it's interesting. That's like this idyllic, summer. Like getting away from the suburbs or the urban settings, and your kids go spend time with the grandparents and on a farm. I don't know if we can get away with that nowadays with kids. Maybe if you raise your kids right, that would be the case. Speaking of it being 80 degrees, some of you people are experiencing crazy weather, especially on the West Coast. And I guess in the north as well. Here is a film called Forecasting Violent Storms. Enjoy.
At Ciba-Geigy, research scientists create products which enrich the quality of our lives. Products to increase our food supply, dyes and pigments which surround us with color, pharmaceuticals to improve our health, products which reaffirm the value of science to mankind. As part of its continuing program in support of science education, Ciba-Geigy is pleased to present this issue of the Science Screen Report.
The Science Screen Report, bringing you each month the latest developments in science, engineering, and medicine made to help solve the problems of modern life. Despite all our science and technology, man still remains vulnerable to the forces of nature, in particular to those resulting from extremes of weather. Today, scientists of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the National Space Agency, and other groups are probing the mysteries of severe storms. Their goal, predicting and controlling or lessening the effects of these destructive weather events. From Earth orbit, the pattern of weather events hundreds of kilometers wide may become clear. The most devastating severe storms, however, are the thunderstorms and tornadoes only kilometers wide. Still largely unpredictable, they remain nature's most violent and awesome windstorms. Weather scientists in many lands are now working to better understand such severe storms. This team of experts is part of one such severe storms research program currently carrying out studies in North America. Each year during extreme weather periods, they pinpoint potential storm centers, then go out to film and observe them close up. Three planes will carry out this mission. A single-engine one leads the way. A twin-engine aircraft will make measurements at medium altitudes. And a jet will investigate the highest levels of the storm clouds, or storm cells, up to 30 kilometers above the ground. The three planes, with the scientists aboard, seek to surround and record the key elements of the developing tempest. The single-engine aircraft monitors the cloud bottoms about a kilometer above the ground. The twin-engine airplane takes readings at altitudes of about 5 kilometers. The swirling top of the storm anvil is monitored by the jet plane crew. The mission coordinator rides aboard the jet. His goal, to find patterns of storm forces, so to improve prediction methods. For example, disturbances typified by flat cloud tops, strong winds, and shifts in temperatures seem caused by distinct wind inflows, cloud lines, and moving temperature fronts. Images from space help confirm the findings. Thunderstorms which come on too strongly or at the wrong times may cause particular hardships in farming regions. Key storm forces seem associated with the curved cloud lines surrounding the storm center. Another scientist records another clue, the collapse of cloud tops during the birth of a storm. Photographs taken aboard the jet at brief intervals are made into a time-lapse film to help correlate satellite images with other data collected by the aircraft. Still more facts are being gathered by radar stations, which are scanning the storm. Radar images, for instance, can reveal storm rotation rates and patterns. The birth of a wind funnel can also be discovered by advanced radar techniques. Special instruments aboard the flying laboratories relate the frequency and intensity of lightning strokes to other storm characteristics, such as hail and extreme winds. As with any scientific phenomenon, an understanding of severe storms depends in part on collecting enough data at the right times and places. In the weeks and months that follow, this data will be studied, sifted, and compared with findings from other nations. The ultimate purpose, to better predict, manage, and perhaps someday lessen the effects of these destructive weather events. Severe storms are also under study by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration at their Norman, Oklahoma laboratory. Intensive field observations are made each spring, the severe storm season. A storm probe mission day begins with radio-sown balloons. The instrumented balloons radio back data on winds, temperatures, and moisture, the raw ingredients of killer storms. Two new Doppler radar units can map moisture and air motion within the storm systems. Where their coverage overlaps, they provide a three-dimensional record of wind and water changes in the thundercloud. The team of scientists at Norman coordinates all data and acts as storm chase control. North of Oklahoma City, a TV tower 500 meters high holds instruments that gather data on the storm corridor. While aircraft like this one carry data-taking equipment into the storm environment. The electricity in the storm is also monitored. As a lightning stroke occurs, each branch emits a burst of radio frequency energy. These antennas are used to map each lightning stroke's origins and extent. As the storm intensifies, intercept teams in camera-equipped vans deploy to record it. Guided by radio, the storm chasers converge on the tempest to capture its behavior on film. These daring missions have made fascinating portraits of storm behavior. Such tornadoes occur worldwide, tornado winds reaching 200 to 300 miles per hour. Much research focuses on providing earlier tornado warnings, and so more time to find shelter. Project Rough Rider, an instrumented Phantom jet mission, penetrates and records turbulence in and around the storms. Ground controllers guide the jet to its goal. Rough Rider helped write the book on how to fly around such storms. It's now investigating ways to deal with low-level wind shear, sudden, violent, close-to-the-ground winds, which are a major cause of crashes. Rough Rider probes wind shear by flying into gust fronts, the bands of wind which spread out ahead of the advancing storm. After gathering data during the severe storm season, April and May, the new findings are analyzed. Computers tap out maps, draw rainfall contours, and plot air streams, finding new patterns of data, which are the basis of new knowledge and new technology. This research has already led to such advances as the new, more precise, digitized radar, which permits the viewers to observe storm intensity and rainfall with greater accuracy. Most recently, the new Doppler radar shows wind circulation patterns in great detail. Such Doppler radar maps storm intensities by the strength of signal echoes reflected from water droplets. Winds carrying droplets towards the antenna are shown in red. Winds carrying droplets away from the antenna are shown in blue. Patches of red and blue side by side indicate areas of opposing winds or wind shear. Warmer colors indicate higher echo intensities, that is, faster moving winds. As the storm matures, the reflectivity display employing conventional radar shows winds intensifying. The storm system on the left, 100 kilometers away and 5 kilometers high, exhibits conditions which could produce a tornado. The display now shows a massive storm system. On the Doppler velocity display, shearing winds, indicated by adjacent blue and red areas, suggest a possible tornado mesocyclone, the 6-kilometer wide rotary circulation from which a 100-meter tornado develops. Via the multi-moment display, this mesocyclone appears as a field of arrows. Arrow directions indicate directions of winds. Arrow lengths indicate wind speeds. A task faced by meteorologists is the transfer of this new high technology to the familiar weather services. As a test, during several storm seasons, the experimental Doppler radar was used in a joint agency project to provide storm warnings to local weather offices. The Doppler radar evaluation team found they could detect tornado mesocyclones up to 30 minutes before spotter teams in the field reported developing storm funnels. On the average, Doppler radar was found to add 10 minutes of warning, a precious gift in a situation where seconds can save lives. Currently, the new Doppler radar is being tested for use in air traffic control, as well as for forecasting thunderstorms that cause flash floods. It's been said that severe storms are like wild animals. To best deal with one, you must know what drives it and how it responds to natural and man-made constraints. These ongoing studies are another step towards understanding such storms.
Science Screen Report has been produced by Ciba Geigy Corporation with headquarters in Ardsley, New York, as part of its continuing program in support of science education.
The April 3rd, 1974 tornado was Xenia, Ohio, which I live near. And we got some winds in where I was, which was Park Lane, Ohio. But it terrorized me and haunted me as a child. And it just recently popped up again. I was watching with my wife White Noise, which is on Netflix. It's a Don DeLillo novel that features Adam Driver. Anyways, there's a whole thing about the city or town basically evacuating. And it brought up all these memories that I had as a kid. It was a little unnerving for me. It's still in there, all that stuff. The irony, of course, is the time that that was miles away from where I was in Park Lane to Xenia, but I was within a football field of a tornado in Raleigh, and I was on the front porch going like, this is crazy. And I remember the trees going whoosh, 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 because the tornado was crisscrossing across my neighborhood, picking up sheds and dropping them. And I was watching the wrong TV weather, which was not telling me about where the tornado was. I should have been watching the other channel. Everybody else watching the other channel were already hiding in their closets in their bathrooms, and I was like going la da 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 da. Anyways, So, let's see. Somebody mentioned. Oh, and Thomas, I should mention, Gummo does not take place in Ohio. It's they say it's Xenia, but that's not Xenia. Like, I watched the film, I'm like, nope. He's just using that as a plot device. Anyway, somebody, Burrow Owl, I believe, mentioned that last night on Found Footage Festival's VCR party, they announced the winner of the tongue-touching tournament. And George won. And George won by showing one of our films. And assessment of lingual tactile sensation and perception, which we showed on the 15th of February. And Joe and Nick were visibly irritated that again, AV Geeks has won. Whenever we have a tournament with them, they set up the rules, and we win. So, you know, that's all I'm going to say. I'm happy that we won. I'm happy that George won. He found it. He didn't quite know that it was from my collection, but whatever. Anyway, so Black History Month. I did a show at. I should say, God, so much talking here. So I have a show tonight at D.H. Hill Library, which is in Raleigh on NC State campus on Hillsborough Street. We're going to be showing a film about bumblebees with a scientist who will talk about pollinators that are not honeybees. Seems like honeybees get all the attention, but there's plenty of other pollinators. But anyways, I was doing a show called Awkward Love Makes the World Go Round in Durham. And I asked a trivia question, which was, there was a bulletin board that said something about The Devil Made Me Do It. And I was like, who popularized that? And there were some people in the audience that were my age, but nobody knew the answer. And it was Flip Wilson. And I was like, wow, nobody's remembering who Flip Wilson was. Flip Wilson was this amazing African-American comic who did some of his stuff in drag as Geraldine. And had a show, and he was just hilarious. So I'm going to show you this film, which I have set up on the scanner behind me, and this is a weird film. This was part of the Insight series, which was made by the Paulists, which were this Catholic media organization. And Insight was kind of this thing that was syndicated to TV stations, and they would often show it early in the morning or late at night. And it doesn't have religious overtones, but it does talk about morality. And it's almost like a Twilight Zone episode. Some of them are really creepy. And some of them are kind of eh. And I think that this one's kind of eh. But I was like, I saw this on eBay decades ago, and I was like, ooh, Flip Wilson. So let's see if this holds up. This is called Just Before Eve. Enjoy.
Gang, we gotta think up new ways to waste it. Hey, I got it. Come on, fellas, let's go and have a look at me. Hello, Adam.
Hello, Adam.
Oh, hi, God.
So casual? Oh, hi, God. Adam, what is this? Where's the awe?
I'm sorry, Lord.
Oh, Adam, I create the sun, the earth, the moon, the stars, everything on this planet, including you. And what do I get? Oh, hi, God.
Oh, God, I'm full of reverence and awe. You know that. You can look right in me. You can read what's in my heart. If it's not reverence and awe I'm full of, what is it?
I don't know, Adam. I do not know.
I thought you knew everything.
Well, I get to know everything.
I know.
Are you hungry?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, what do you want?
How about some cold cereal?
What is cereal?
I don't know.
Well, how about a pear?
Of what?
Yeah, that's funny. You're getting faster at him.
I know, I really killed me.
Yeah. How about an orange? Hey.
Oh, thanks, God.
Sure, why not?
You're not gonna join me, are you?
No, God doesn't get hungry.
You're just gonna sit there and watch me.
I always watch you.
I know.
An orange. That's a shaky name. It's not much of a name.
Oh, it's orange. It tells you exactly what it is.
I understand that. But a banana was yellow and you didn't call it a yellow.
I ran out of names that day.
Well, it took a long time to think up an orange, and it deserves better. And if you're not going to think up better names, I'm not going to let you think up names for everything.
It's an oyster.
It's not an oyster.
It's a broom.
It's not a broom. Don't do that to that orange.
Sorry, God.
Adam, what's bugging you?
I don't know. God, I'm tense.
Well, if you're tense, why don't you go for a walk?
Where? I've been everywhere.
Did you like anywhere that you've been?
Sure.
We'll go there again.
All right, if you insist, God.
Adam, wait a second. Give God a hand, will you?
You want to tag along?
Yeah. Adam, I think you're a little more than tense. I can't quite put my finger on what the problem is with you. I don't quite know, Adam. What is it?
Well, maybe I'm angry then.
At who?
Well, I don't have a lot of choices, God.
At me?
Oh, God, that would make me very sad.
It would make you sad to be angry with me?
No, it would make me sad to think that I could be so ungrateful as to be angry with someone who tries to give me everything.
Tries to give you everything?
Oh, I'm sorry, God. I'm really angry at me.
I can see. Well, why do you suppose? Why are you angry with yourself?
Look, I'm here. Everything is here. You're here. I should be enjoying all this. I should be happy. But I'm not enjoying it, and I'm not happy. I'm bored.
Bored?
Bored.
Well, have you asked yourself why?
Yes, sir, I have.
What answer did you receive from yourself?
Well, I can't seem to come up with any answer on that topic.
I see.
What do you think, God? Maybe you could give me a hint.
Sorry. Figuring out why you're bored is part of the solution to your problem.
God, I'm really stumped.
Adam, I gave you a mind to think with, I gave you a heart to feel with, and you have got to use them. That's how you grow, and growing is what living is all about. You stop using your mind, and you start to deteriorate inside, and that creates boredom. And Adam, I did not create you to be bored.
Well, believe me, God, I don't like being bored any more than you like to see me being bored. But what else can I do?
Well, I don't know.
You know, yesterday there was a beautiful yellow bird that sat in that bush over there.
Yeah, I know.
I know that you know.
I know you know I know.
If only there was someone who didn't know.
Why?
So I could tell them.
You mean share the experience?
That's it, God, you got it. Share the experience.
Oh, God knows everything.
I know, I tell everyone.
Everyone, that there is no one else.
Oh, in my dreams. I'm always telling somebody how great you are, how you make beautiful things happen just like that. I'm always telling them what a terrific guy you are.
What do they say?
Nothing. Because there's no one actually there. Oh, God. If I only had an actual somebody real that I could really tell.
I get it. What you're saying is you feel a need for company.
Oh, God.
You need somebody to share your lonely hours with you.
Yes.
Somebody to play with you.
Yes.
Oh, Adam, it's done.
Hello, God.
Josh is his name. Checkers is his game.
Checkers?
Yes. You said you were bored. Checkers is a board game.
Hey, thanks, pal.
Yeah, Adam.
I'm Adam. You're Josh. Let me show you around, pal. Yeah, I'm glad you got here just in time.
A board game.
Insight. Stories of modern man's search for meaning, freedom, love, insight.
You beat me again, Adam. You're good. Another?
No, thanks, Josh. I don't want to play anymore. Hey, thanks, God.
You're welcome, Adam.
You know, roses are so beautiful, it's just too bad they're in such high places. You should make them easier to reach.
If I had known you were gonna like them so much, I would have put them on bushes.
I'd like that, God.
Well, I certainly try to please you, don't I, Adam?
I know you do, Lord. I know you try awfully hard.
Then why aren't you pleased?
Oh, I don't want to complain.
Come on, Adam. Tell your old buddy God.
All right, come here. It's Josh. Oh, don't look. I mean, he's really a nice guy and all.
Well, certainly, he's an angel.
He's an angel of a guy.
So?
So he's boring. All he ever wants to do is play games.
He's no good?
No, he's perfect.
So you don't win?
He lets me win.
So you win?
Every time.
Well, in a perfect place, you should win every game. And this is the perfect place.
I don't know, God. I mean, if you know you're going to win, where's the fun?
So you don't like a sure thing?
God, what I'm talking about is the predictability of things. I mean, think of it. If you know in advance that everything you planned is going to turn out exactly the way you planned it, come on.
It's boring.
A big yawn.
So?
So I told Josh I didn't want to play any more games with him, and I think I hurt his feelings.
He'll recover.
I've tried talking to Josh, God. Have you ever tried talking to him? He doesn't have a whole lot to say, God.
I know. I thought it was just me.
Mm-mm. I said, hey, Josh, let's talk. He says, okay, kid, let's shoot the fat.
Shoot the fat?
How can you shoot fat?
You can't shoot fat.
Maybe if I knew what shoot was, I could shoot it. Do angels shoot things?
If he's been shooting fat, I don't know anything about it.
God, no offense, but if you're going to make any more angels, maybe you could juice them up a little bit, you know what I mean?
But, Adam, what do you want me to do with Josh? Don't you want him with you?
Yeah, all right. Let him stick around for a while, but make it so I don't have to see him all the time, you know? And I'll talk to him, but make it so he doesn't have to talk back.
Oh, I get what you mean. He could sort of watch out for you. What you're saying is you wouldn't mind having an angel looking over your shoulder.
No, that'd be all right. It might be kind of nice. Sure, he could be there and listen to me when I tell him my troubles, and he'd be sympathetic and... Oh, God, please help me.
I'm trying, Adam. I'm only God, you know, and there are limits.
I thought you were unlimited.
Well, there are limits to unlimited.
Oh, God, I'm bored.
Well, keep Josh.
I can't share anything with Josh. We don't have anything in common. I mean, I can't work up any love for the guy.
Love?
He's a sweet guy, don't get me wrong, and he'll give me anything he's got, but the only thing he's got to give me is that silly game. He doesn't need me, and I need to be needed.
Well, if you need to be needed, water the garden. I'll cut out the dew and the mist, and you can...
No, God, you're going to create a job for me? Come on. A job that you know I could never do half as well as you could? God, I don't need that. I really need to be needed. I need to reach out and touch something that needs my touch.
To touch something that needs your touch.
Yeah.
Done.
What's this, God?
It's a little puppy dog. Hello, little puppy dog.
Well, what do I do with him?
Reach out and touch it all you want. In no time at all, it'll need you. I guarantee you. What do you think?
I'll give it a try, God. Thank you. Come on, little puppy dog. Come on, you gotta meet Daddy now. Why don't you take a break, Josh? Thanks, pal.
Hi, Adam.
Oh, hi, God.
Oh, so we're back to the oh, hi, God again.
Oh, I'm sorry, God. Look, I gotta tell you, the dog is definitely not the answer.
Well, doesn't the dog need you?
That's the trouble. He's getting to need me all the time.
Well, then you should love it if being needed was what you wanted.
I do love it up to a point.
What point?
Well, God, you see, the dog and me are not on the same wavelength. We don't speak the same language. In fact, we don't speak at all. He needs me. He likes the things that I give him. But he has nothing to give me. He doesn't really have any affection for me. In fact, the only thing he cares about is chasing cats.
We'll try to take his mind off cats.
How?
Well, try to think like a dog. Outfox him. You get that?
Yeah. I do try to think like a dog, God, and for the life of me, I can't get interested in cats, and I can't understand how that's the only thing he can be interested in. And if I can't understand how cats are the only thing that dog could be interested in, then how can I possibly expect to ever understand a dog?
Adam, please. This is boring.
I know, God. You never do get bored, do you?
No, this would be a first.
You lucky guy.
Adam, it's not luck. I don't have to be needed to love something. I love it because I find something in it to love. And because I love it, I find it interesting. And something that is interesting is not boring. Am I boring you, Adam?
Oh, no, God. No, I was just thinking how wonderful it must be to be so alive and creative that you're never bored. That's a major difference between us, you know.
Maybe I should give you more creativity.
More? Gee, God, you gave me creativity in the first place. Didn't I think up names for everything?
Well, Adam, thinking up names isn't really a big deal.
No big deal. Asparagus. Could I think up asparagus if I wasn't really creative?
Adam, any dummy could think up asparagus.
Is that so?
It's good, but it's not great.
How about pussy willows?
Pussy willows is fun.
Frankincense.
Frankincense, I'll go along with that, too.
Myrrh.
Myrrh, well, that's not...
You smelled myrrh, God? It's not much of a smell, either. You know, it's not the greatest thing you ever created.
No, a critic is the greatest thing I ever created, and sometimes I wonder why.
I'm sorry, God. You're perfect.
Thank you. There's nothing more perfect in the entire world than to be able to create something from absolutely nothing.
Names come from nothing.
They don't come from nothing. There's something there for you to name. You can't name nothing.
That's not true. I named nothing.
What are you talking about?
I named nothing.
Well, what did you name it?
Nothing.
Adam, this is ridiculous.
Now, listen to me. One day I wondered what you call something that wasn't anything, and I came up with nothing. Therefore, I named nothing.
Maybe that's your problem. You actually thought that something was absolutely nothing, when there's no such thing as nothing.
God, I think you're making something out of nothing.
Okay, Adam. If you can only see nothing in something, then you are going to be bored. I gave you life, Adam, but inside you're dying. Living is seeing everything and realizing that everything you see is wonderful. It's worth your time. It's worth your exploration. It's worth your loving. Adam, you want the truth as I see it?
Right now?
Yes. The truth is that you don't appreciate what you see. And since I made everything you see, you don't really appreciate me.
That's not true, God.
Yes, it is. I create the entire everything, and you minimize it.
I don't minimize anything.
Adam, you equate naming things with the creations themselves. Well, now I'm going to show you what a real creation is.
Where is it?
It is in you.
In me? Well, how can I see it then? I can't look inside myself.
Yes, but you can. That's just the point. That is my latest creation. I have made you the only creature capable of looking inside himself. I have given you an extraordinary power, one that until this moment only I possessed.
Well, what do I do? How do I use it?
Stop complaining. Stop looking around. Pull back into the center of yourself. Get in touch with what you are, who you are, and what it is you're feeling. Create a way out of your boredom, Adam. Create from absolutely nothing something of your very own that's never been done before, that'll excite your interest, amuse you, something tangible. Try, Adam. Try.
Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, sunny les matines, ding dong ding, ding dong ding. Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, sunny les matines, ding dong ding,
Adam,
ding
Adam,
dong
Adam,
ding.
what is that?
It's wonderful. It's a song, I think.
Those words, that gibberish.
French.
French. Do you know anything in English?
I'll work on it. Frère Jacques, dormez-vous. Three blind mice, see how they run, They all ran after the farmer's wife.
They all ran after the what?
The farmer's wife.
What's a farmer?
I don't know.
Well, what's a wife?
I don't know.
Maybe it's French.
Are you bored, God?
God doesn't get bored.
That's good.
God gets uchi.
What's uchi?
Well, uchi is the quality of having an excess of love and needing something to do with it.
Oh. So what does one do when one gets uchi?
Well, when I get Uchi, I create something. Watch this.
Wow, God, a blue sky. What a great idea.
I'm glad you approve.
Look, now you can see the outlines of the trees.
I don't know. I think I still like the green.
No. Let it be. Let it be. It'll grow on you. Give it a
How
chance.
was you going to change that? I was going to say, here, have one.
What's this?
I just created it for you. I made it. You name it.
Oh, yeah? Well, let me see here. Give me a chance. Mushy. It's, a marshmallow.
That's mellow. A marshmallow.
Hey, Dick, see that monkey over there?
Yes.
Watch this. Did you see that? I zapped that monkey over there. No applause?
Why should I applaud? You're supposed to eat it like the monkeys do.
Oh. Well. Three blind mice, three blind mice. They all ran after the farmer's wife. She... Hey, I got a question for you. What rhymes with wife?
I got a question for you, Adam. What do you mean, she?
She. Farmer's a he, the farmer's wife's a she.
I see. You not only create songs, you create a whole new language.
Well, you can't block creativity, God. When it comes, it comes.
Let me ask you another question, Adam. Now that you're creating these songs, do you still feel bored?
Not so much bored.
Not so much.
I feel sort of uchi, you know what I mean?
Yes, well, all of us creators feel uchi now and then. Adam, what does she mean?
I honestly don't know, God.
Well, let's check this out. You got something going here. The farmer has a wife. Let the farmer pass for a minute. We know the farmer is a he. His wife is a she. What in the world is a she?
Well, I'm not quite sure, except I think she lives with him.
Oh, a she lives with him, but is not like him.
Well, she's like him, but somehow she's different.
How different?
Well, she's company.
Uh-huh, somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Somebody to touch.
Yeah.
Somebody to need whatever can be given.
Yes, but not a dog.
Somebody to understand him, care about him.
Exactly. Somebody that belongs to him. Somebody who'll do exactly what he tells her to do.
Not a slave.
Oh, no, not a slave.
Not a plaything. A person with a mind of her own. A challenge. Predictable, yet sometimes unpredictable.
Not Josh.
Not an angel.
Well, not an angel. Not boring like an angel. She could play games, checkers, whatever.
Well, having some of the qualities of an angel, but not an angel. More like you.
Exactly. But somehow different.
An alternate replica. It's a challenge.
I know you're up to it, God.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, God. I would give anything for such a creature. Anything.
You might have to give more than you expect.
Like what?
Well, you might have to give a part of yourself.
Anything. You name it. You want an arm? Take an arm.
Well, we don't have to be quite as radical as that.
Well, how about my nose? Oh, no, I wouldn't be able to smell the fly. It doesn't matter. You want a nose, it's yours.
You look ridiculous without your nose.
What about an eyebrow? I got two of them. Take an eyebrow.
No, I'll take a rib.
A rib?
A rib. I love ribs.
Well, how are you going to do that, John?
Detail.
Painful detail.
Well, you said you'd give anything, and you've got 14.
Take a rib.
Done.
That's it?
Not by a long shot.
Well, tell me, what else?
You're going to have to share everything. You find a nut, you share it. A grape, you share it. A thought, a feeling, you share it.
God, I'm willing to share anything.
No matter how intimate.
I'm willing to share.
Including your dreams.
I already share those.
Yes, I know, you told me. Adam, you'll have to love her.
I try to love everything you make, God.
Well, this may be harder than you expect.
And I'll try harder than you expect.
That would please me.
God, maybe I'll get so busy trying to love her I won't get bored anymore.
Yes, but just suppose I could create such a thing, and suppose you did get bored.
Ooh, then I suppose I could share the boredom. Maybe if you share boredom, you only get half as bored.
Yes, but then suppose, if it were possible.
Oh, God, with you, anything is possible.
Let me finish. Suppose she got bored with you.
Well, then I suppose I'd look deep inside myself and try to discover the reasons why she's bored. And then maybe I could create something, a song that would excite her. Of course, a love song. I could sing to her when she gets bored.
Not that Ferris Jacques.
Oh, no. God, please, I've been so lonely. I want a miracle.
Then if you want a miracle, ask for a miracle.
Can I have a miracle?
No. Well, maybe. If I think it's really good for you, I'll make you a miracle.
It's good for me, I promise you, God.
Then stand on your 2 feet. You have quite a sense of humor, Adam. Would you please?
Oh, sorry, God.
Now repeat after me. You are my friend, God.
You are my friend, God.
Louder, please.
You are my friend, God.
I will try to love you and all the things that you have created.
I will try to love you and all the things that you have created.
And especially any such persons as you might make.
And especially any such persons as you might make.
God, only you can make a miracle.
God, only you can make a miracle.
Adam, it won't always be this easy.
Adam, it won't always be this easy.
Don't repeat that.
Oh, sorry, God.
Hello, Adam.
Hello. Eve.
Yes, that was a little excruciating. That was a lot longer and not as over the top and hilarious as the Flip Wilson show that I remember. Yeah, but Martin Sheen shows up in a lot of Inside episodes. And I believe Emilio Estevez does too. He shows up as a teen. And Deborah Carr. Darlene Carr. She was in Piranha. Let's see what else. The Beguiled, Runaway, 8 Days a Week. She wasn't in a lot. The Impossible Years, which is a play. Yeah. All right. This is the deal. You know, we show stuff. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, I saw that. But anyways, now you know who Flip Wilson was. Flip Wilson played God. And the eBay description, I was like, yes, Flip Wilson plays God. It's going to be hilarious. Oh, well. If you like what you saw, or at least were interested in what you saw, hit the thumbs up, the like, ring the notification bell, subscribe. Watch other things that we have on YouTube. That's a way that you can support us without actually giving us cash. It's just giving attention to our films and the occasional ad that shows up at the beginning or the end. You don't have to buy anything. Just watch the ad. Although I gotta say, I understand if you don't like ads and if you have an ad blocker and you don't want to support us that way. Totally get it. You can also go to ko-fi.com/avgeeks. That's a way you can support us by buying us some coffee, or you can go to patreon.com/avgeeks. That's another way to do it. Or you can hit the super thanks button. These are all ways that you can exchange currency with us so that we can spend it on things like tape or plastic cans to store. Thank you, Kevin, for the super thanks. But yeah, all the tedious stuff that we have, the things that we pay for software. We use a lot of software, and I try to use open source whenever I can and support that community, but sometimes we got to pay for stuff. So, anyways, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back again tomorrow, which will be Thursday, and we'll watch more films. Just in case you forgot, I heart films, and I'm happy that you do too. Please rewind, love each other. Smiley face with eyelashes, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye.